A couple days ago, my friend Zaz tells us about this dumping ground in the woods and asks if we want to see it. It's summer and we got nothing better to do, so we all troop out there. Me, my friend Zaz, my cousin Aiden, who wants to salvage old junk to sell online, my older sister Elizabeth, and my little sis Keisha, who tags along because Mom told Elizabeth to watch her. The dump is exactly like you'd expect. Broken washing machines and a sink and a tarp and old wooden boards and oil drums and trash and no, none of it looks like you can sell it on eBay, Aiden. Good luck hauling that 6,000-pound rusted washing machine out of the woods yourself. I don't know how much stuff weighs, I'm bad at math. But we all go crawling around anyway, picking through old tires and flattened boxes and twisted shards of metal so rusted we're all gonna need tennis shots or whatever they're called. And shattered glass and a grungy rolled-up carpet and rank microwaves that Aiden insists we can totally make bank on if we scrape off a zillion layers of crusted gunk. None of it is cool or interesting. I'm starting to think Zaz was an idiot for dragging us out here, but then, at the bottom of the heap sits this old refrigerator. This thing is like medieval, like it could be Ben Franklin's refrigerator. Almost more submarine than fridge, its dented sides and rusted metal handle could probably survive a bomb blast. Dude, says Zaz. Y'all know what's probably in this fridge, right? Your lunch? Jokes Aiden. A dead body? I say. Zaz points at me, like I just won the lottery, but instead of $1 million, I get whatever's in that fridge. Suddenly, I know this is the real reason he's let us all out here. Zaz is only ever interested in one thing: scaring the bejesus out of us. Mom used to make us stay away from him because he's older than us and wears a trench coat and steel-toed boots and eyeliner, but eventually she figured he's just goth. We hang out because our houses are right across the street, also because he has a crush on Elizabeth, my sis, which he shows by terrifying her. Not the most effective tactic, but he's pretty dumb that way. So when he hovers around the fridge like a moth around a zapper, I know it's going to be key to his quest to win Elizabeth's heart through jump scares. Good luck, Romeo. And now he spreads his arms like the junk's a stage, and we're all on the slope like the audience in seats made of dead appliances. He starts telling us about refrigerators, specifically how likely you are to find a body in one. Actually, there's a pretty good chance. See, these old fridges were built back then when they knew how to make stuff last. Sometimes kids would stumble across them years after they'd been dumped, and if you were a kid unlucky enough to crawl into an old fridge like this during hide and seek, it wouldn't open from the inside. No, these old fridges have latching doors, so you'd be locked into an airtight sealed box, your screams muffled by its insulated steel until you suffocated. And no one would know the fridge was actually your coffin until they saw it in the dump and decided to check inside, and then whoof, the almighty stink. So, Zaz knocks on the dented white door. Who's going to open it? Nobody makes a move. Go on, Aiden, I nudged him. Maybe there's something you can sell on eBay. No fucking way, Aiden says. You do it. I'll do it, announces my baby sis Keisha, who's probably the same age as whatever kid's turning in jelly in there. Elizabeth grabs her. You're not going anywhere near. Guess I'll have to open it then, says Zaz, flashing a grin and gripping the rusted metal handle. He's trying to be brave and sexy and sneaks a glance at Elizabeth to see if she's impressed. Nope. Zaz's shoulders slump as Elizabeth drags Keisha off to look at something less morbid. Aiden and I wait because we want to see what's inside, but now Zaz lets go of the handle and gets this look. And Aiden and I make eye contact because we know he's gonna up the ante or whatever in a futile attempt to win her over. And sure enough, a few minutes later I see Zaz in his black trench coat luring Keisha into the woods while Elizabeth is distracted by Aiden, his usual wingman. Finally, Elizabeth notices Keisha missing and starts freaking out. Keisha! 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 She's hollering in a high, panicky voice.
You better not be in the fridge!
And because Elizabeth is actually a pretty good older sis, she doesn't even hesitate, just rushes over and grabs the rusted metal handle. It must weigh a ton. She grunts as she hauls it open. A long arm grabs her and she shrieks. Ah! Even at a distance, her voice rings our ears. I run down and I see Zaz has pulled her on top of him. She's so mad she's hitting him pretty hard while he's busting a gut. She tells him that it's not funny and climbs out and shoves him down and storms off red-faced. He's teary-eyed with laughter. What an idiot.
Can I come out now?
Yells Keisha from the woods. I go up to join her and she asks why Zaz likes scaring our sister. And I tell her it's his love language. She thinks real hard about this and says,
maybe he should, try flowers instead.
We're almost home when my phone starts buzzing. Zaz.
Help! Help! In the fridge!
I text him back. Nice try.
I'm seriously stuck.
R.I.P.
Not fucking kidding. Help!
I don't want to fall for the same trick as Lisbeth, so I ask her what I should do, but she tells me to let him suffocate. Aiden is on the path further behind us taking his sweet time, so I wait for him to catch up and then ask him where Zaz is. He looks surprised. I thought he was with you. Something about the way he says this makes me suspect he's in on it. Especially when he refuses to come check with me because it's gonna rain and he might catch a cold. Cool, bro. You gonna say that at the funeral too? But on the 0.00001% chance my friend needs actual help to save him from a Darwin Award, I head back. And it's weird how everything seems normal when you're with a group, but when you're by yourself, suddenly it gets all creepy and stuff. Heavy clouds hang low in the sky and a few fat droplets hit me. At the dump site, the bottom of the slope is in almost total dark because the sun is setting. The hairs on my arms and legs prickle like a zillion bugs crawling up my skin as I call, Zaz? No response. I crawl down and spot the dented white submarine of a refrigerator lying at the very bottom. Its curving door is stained and scuffed, but somehow timeless, like you could nuke it and it would totally be fine. The OG of dumped junk. It's got this vibe like it's so old it was the first thing here in the forest and this whole pile all grew up around it. I wonder if Zaz is really in there. Wouldn't his muscles be cramping? I imagined him all folded up inside like a spider waiting to uncurl a limb and drag me in. I'll admit, I'm scared as shit. Bzzz. I jumped and checked my phone. It was Zaz.
Help!
Zaz! I shout. No response. Is it so insulated in there that he can't hear me? Pick my way down the slope. A few feet away from the fridge, I pause. Bzzz. Okay, I'm coming. I skid down the rest of the way until I'm close enough to touch the smooth white surface and say, hey, maybe you should try flowers instead so Elizabeth doesn't hate you. I'm hoping to rile up into responding, but not a peep, not a sound, nothing. Even when I bang on the fridge and then I bark out a laugh, all the air busting outside of me. Ha ha ha, dude, I can see your fingers holding the door open. I watch as he adjusts his grip. He's really determined to wait me out. Kudos to him for having the self-control not to break even when I called out, but I'm not gonna touch the fridge handle. Not when it would put me in such an easy range of those gripping fingers. Nope, I decide. And when my phone starts buzzing again as I climb away from the dump site, this time I ignore it. In the middle of the night, my phone won't stop buzzing. It's Zaz. Cold. I reply, come on, stop. Cold, stuck. On and on. And obviously he's not stuck, because by now he'd have suffocated, so how would he be texting? But even though I know that every vibration of my phone means he's alive and well and giggling to himself from the safety of his room as he types and definitely not stuck in that fridge, it's starting to super freak me out. I finally turn my phone on silent, but when I check again, he's still texting. The next day, my stomach knots with dread all throughout breakfast while my phone buzzes. I kinda want to check the fridge, but it hasn't stopped raining since yesterday, and Mom won't let me go out while it's wet. The weird thing is, there's nothing on his YouTube or Snapchat or Discord or anywhere, just those dumb texts saying it's cold. Finally, I message him back. Cold. I reply, maybe come out of the fridge then. Stuck. Help. Fine, I'll come soon if you stop messaging me. The messages stop for a while, but once the sun starts sinking lower in the sky, he messages again. Are you coming? Cold. Oh my fucking God. Cold, cold, cold. I'm starting to type a reply when a knock on my door makes me think maybe he's finally going to be standing there with his shit-eating grin, but no. It's Elizabeth looking like she slept even worse than me. She says Zaz's mom called asking if anyone's seen him. And as soon as she says that, the knot of dread in my stomach becomes a noose around my throat, so tight I can't breathe. I tap quickly into my phone. Hey, your mom's super worried. Stuck. I'm serious. Where are you right now? Fridge! Bro, everyone's worried for real. Can you please stop? Cold! Bro, stop, like for real. That doesn't even make sense. The fridge doesn't have power, so it can't be cold. Cold! Cold, 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 cold. He's still typing more colds when I show the text to Elizabeth, and she goes full nuclear. She flings the phone on the carpet and shouts, Jesus fucking Christ! This is not funny, and you need to tell your friend what an idiot he's being. And on and on. And she grabs my arm and tells me we're gonna find him and chain him to his room to be grounded for life, but first, she's gonna strangle him. I'm starting to think she might actually have a little crush on him too, and that her love language is rage. 10 minutes later, we're at the dump site. I'm scrambling to keep up. In such a hurry, climbing over all the trash that I almost don't notice my foot hit something like a crack. I stop, step back, and frowning. Elizabeth? What? She snaps. On the ground under my shoe is Zaz's phone. Elizabeth snatches up the phone and wipes it off. Fucking idiot, he's gonna be pissed. My phone buzzes again as Elizabeth heads down towards the fridge. It's Zaz. Cold. Elizabeth, I whisper. She's yelling at the fridge door that Zaz is an idiot, waving his phone and announcing that he dropped it. The phone in her hand is black, cracked, dead. The fingers of her other hand grip the refrigerator's rusted handle. My phone buzzes. Zaz. Are you here? Don't open it! I shriek. She looks back at me confused. Huh? Don't open it! He's in there. He'll be stuck from his own dumb prank if we don't open it. Don't! I shout hysterical. Let me go. I have to open it. We fight back and forth, and my phone keeps vibrating with texts, cold, 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 even though the phone in Elizabeth's hand is dead. I try to tell her it's dead, but she tells me there's a delay, that I'm being irrational, that he obviously dropped it just as he was hurrying into the fridge, but no, the phone's dark and wet, and the screen protector has water under it, meaning he dropped it before the rain stopped, maybe even before it started last night, so how was he texting with a dead phone? And then she shoves me hard. So I stumble back and fall on my ass. She grabs the rusted door and pulls. Her shriek mingles with the shriek of the door as it falls open. For seconds, I'm frozen, too terrified to move. I feel something warm trickle on my leg. Then I creep around to my sister, looking over her shoulder. He looks peaceful. His head turned to one side, his skin sort of grayish. With his limbs all tucked up, his face composed in sleep, he looked so young in there. Almost like one of those kids he was talking about. I wait for his chest to rise and fall. He's faking, I say. Elizabeth is crying. He's gotta be faking, I say. Elizabeth turns and runs. And I back up from the refrigerator in a daze, still waiting for his chest to move, but it doesn't. There's a rotting smell, but not like knock you down rotting. Seems like the stench of the fridge itself, of the decades-old air trapped inside. Stale air that tastes a bit rank and very, very cold. I turn and scramble after her. When the police arrive at the dump site, the fridge is rusted closed, so they have to call in a construction crew to bust the door clean off, but inside is nothing but old stains, and they doubt a teenager could even fit in there unless he was really scrunched. Missing person is their official verdict. It's not exactly right, though. See, my sis keeps getting flowers. Scattered in her room or outside her door, or more often, tumbling out of the refrigerator when she opens it. Dried, pressed, dead flowers. She thinks it's his ghost. I think the fact we didn't find a body means he's alive, but just too chicken to show himself. Like he doesn't know how to end this fridge game because everyone's so pissed at him, so he's just still pretending. And since he doesn't have his phone, no one has any way of communicating with him. So, yesterday I put his dead phone back at the dump site in what's left of the fridge. Like, maybe he can throw it in some rice or something, and once he does, maybe he'll get my messages. So Zaz, if you can read this, Elizabeth would like it much better if you could give her the flowers in person. The fridge is broken. You can't pretend to be stuck in it anymore. Come back. Update. Holy freaking balls. Zaz just responded to my text. I texted him, please come back, please, please, please. Zaz replied, okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my fucking god. You found your phone? Hey bro, are you really coming back? Please, 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 come back. We all miss you. On my way. Finally. Elizabeth is going to be so happy when he hands her flowers in person. His mom's going to be so happy. Aiden and Keisha and everyone's going to be so happy. We found an old refrigerator. My friend won't stop pretending to be stuck inside. Written by user Let's Split Up. So, what's up guys? I know it's been a while. I think it's been a couple weeks since I've managed to upload. It's been a very eventful couple weeks. I was traveling actually internationally, and when I got back I got a little sick. So feeling better now, and glad that I can get back to narrating. Thank you guys for, of course, watching this or listening to this if you did. I really do appreciate everyone that's subbed to the channel so far, and you guys have left your comments and everything else. I appreciate it. This story here is something I actually read while I was sick, and it was a very interesting story, you know, and it was something that actually kind of pulled me in because I was so curious about the refrigerator. And it's funny because growing up, I remember my grandma having one of these like old school fridges with the same handles and stuff. So I was kind of just picturing that, you know, of course, like in a dump and everything. And of course, like putting myself in those shoes, like what if that happened, you know? It's just an interesting story, and I really liked it. I'm not sure if there is a second part. I'll actually have to check up on that because, you know, with that update there and he's like, Zaz is coming back. Yeah, I'm wondering how that kind of plays out, right? Did he actually get to give the flowers in person, or, you know, is the point of view guy here part of the story just going crazy, right? But yeah, interesting story. Very, very fun to read and narrate, and overall it's just good to be back, feeling better, and I'll be back to getting some narrations up a couple times a week. So thank you guys once again for listening, and I wish you all a sweet dream. Till next time.